ask you a follow-up on Angola.
One question.
It's so surprising that you don't take it. You are receiving an African leader, you can't take a question from an African journalist.
We can end this. Sorry, I have one question. Basically, John Senator Marco Rubio.
It's not about ending the briefing. I want to ask an African question because I am receiving an African
question. All right, thank you so much.
Oh my God.
All right, we can end this briefing if it's not going to be respectful here. Chris.
That's what I'm saying. You are receiving an African leader and you don't take questions.
Thanks, everybody.
I have a question about gas prices.
Thanks, everybody.
Can we do one about the falling gas prices?
What? Alrighty then. What a dork.
And here we have a selection on the you also
You liar!
Yeah, I just can't get over all that's happened this past week when it comes to how bad the week has gone for President Biden. We have a few of them. I mean, this may not even cover it all, but the CDC fact checks liberal justices pushing vaccine mandates. Americans are losing faith in the CDC. They're still finding it hard to get a COVID test. Record cases across the country. Hospitals reaching capacity. The POTUS pivots to voting rights. That didn't pan out for him. The list goes on and on and on. Vice President Harris is being mocked for that TV interview. Manchin says there's been no renegotiating for Build Back Better. Russia is a disaster. Those talks are falling apart. North Korea fired yet another missile. And then, of course, we got the approval ratings from President Biden yesterday. The Quinnipiac approval rating sinking to 33%. And Todd, during Jen Psaki's White House press briefing yesterday, one of the reporters asked her, listen, things are clearly not going well for the administration. Should you pivot strategies? And she, of course, dodged the question. The only way that you can pivot strategies, though, is if it comes from the top. It's not an internal thing. It's not like they need to renegotiate or fire a few people. President Biden needs to just he needs to recognize that this is a 50-50 split Senate. It is completely divided between Republicans and Democrats, and he is ruling and governing like he has a supermajority, and that's really what needs to change.
They will not be silent in this moment. This moment, we have to remember what I got to know him, Nelson Mandela, when I tried to get to South Africa to meet him. And he came back and he met me when he was finally freed. He met me at the White House. And he looked at me, and I swear to God, it wasn't unique to me, I'm sure. He said, it always seems impossible until it gets done.
Seriously.
To South Africa to meet him. And
Oh my!
some of the groups want, I'm going to look like a fool here in this interview, but
You look good.
But I put a helmet on because it was a tough interview. But all kidding aside, I think that there's things we can do.